I'm Ms. Hernandez, and I'm here to teach you how to make this fantastic block poster for your class. Stay tuned to see how to do it and how to do it pretty well. Your piece of poster board paper. I use a thinner anchor chart paper. You're going to need your block poster that you plan on printing and enlarging. You're gonna need, I highly suggest, this is a big suggestion, a guillotine cutter, glue sticks, a highlighter, because I like to label what I cut before I cut it, and Sharpies to fill in the mistakes if you make any. So first thing I do is I lay it out, and then make sure before you print this document, I usually print it at 90% scale, not 100%. If you print it 100%, the margins will not print correctly, and you're gonna print this for nothing. It's gonna be a waste. All right, so I've laid out my poster, and I'm only going to cut the following edges because I want them to overlap. So I'm gonna cut this edge, I'm going to cut this edge, this one here, these two edges, and these two edges. This one I'm not gonna cut, so I'm gonna move on straight to the one I'm gonna cut. When I am cutting it, I like to bend it a little bit to see and make sure that is as even as possible. I try to guide myself by the numbers, but sometimes that won't work in cases where you do two cuts. So I like to leave a tiny bit of space in between in case the letters did not print correctly. So I'll start laying it over like that. Sometimes you're gonna have to recut, and that's okay, just take your time. Real life here. Alright, now I glue it.
Now.
So I glue the edges first. And this is the part where you need to be a little more generous with the glue. And I use this paper as my guide. Flatten it out. I have made over 40 of these posters, and each time I learn a new tip on how to make this quicker. So if you notice right here, you're gonna see that little edge, which is what you have the Sharpie for. See, I did that one wrong, so I gotta do it again. There. And I knew I was wrong because here it was overlapping on the little leaf of the apple. Oopsie. Make sure your hands are clean because I've done this and I've smudged the poster, and then I'm running like a crazy lady with an eraser trying to fix it. Also, I'm doing it pretty quick, but like I said before, I've done at least 40 of these. I've done this for me, for my colleagues. I've taught them how to do it. And when I tell you it's worth the effort, it's worth it. The kids love it. The kids think it's beautiful. It immediately engages them. And they remember things. They'll remember, like one of the students, we were watching a movie for the end of the year party, and his comment was, what he say? Oh, this movie's written in third person because a narrator. And I was like, oh yeah, because a person's narrating the story. And I just found it so cute how this is always the hardest one, how they mentioned the eyeballs for the third person view. See this guy? I cut it a little too much, but that's okay. This is the one I usually have the most difficulty with, but I'm not gonna frustrate myself too much with it. So either way, one of them will be a little off. So you just gotta pick your poison here. Alright, Sharpie time. Okay, no, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. I prefer a pointy one. So if you notice, you see these little lines here? I'm gonna fill them in. I'm gonna give this little ass a little bit, you know. Here. You see this line here? It's gonna go right filled in. So here I don't have to do much. I'm gonna even off the T here. Here. Don't forget these edges. They always escape my editing. Notice here, I'm gonna have to do this part here. This is why I prefer a pointy one, the round one. And it's quick little touches. So for the green, I will probably use a green marker. Do a highlighter. Try a highlighter first. Should be fine. Just a few. The problem with the really dark Sharpie is that it was a shade too dark. So that, I will probably get a pair of scissors and cut it out. This is why I use glue sticks. Last step. Cut it out. And that's it. That's our finished block poster. If you're still here, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your colleagues. Check me out on Instagram. My handle is @NoFluffZone. I also have these video posters already in block poster format for you to download on my TPT store. And subscribe for more teacher hack videos. Thanks, and I hope you have a great year.